Today we will be doing section 2.3, more involved solving. So we're dealing with fractions when solving equations. So here's a tip for you to remember. When solving or dealing with fractions and solving equations, multiply both sides of the equation by the common denominator. So common denominator. Hopefully you remember this from your previous math courses, but you will multiply both sides of the equation by the common denominator to clear all fractions. So let's go ahead and do a little review of that. You're going to solve each equation for the indicated variable. So we're going to look at A. We notice we have a 5, 5, and 5. Therefore, our common denominator here is 5. So we're going to write that down. CD is 5. So let's go ahead and solve this problem. We will multiply each fraction by 5 to get rid of the 5 in the denominator. So let's go ahead and multiply each one times 5, and times 5. So we can see we have 5 times 4 is 20, divided by 5 is 4. So we have 4x. We have 8 times 5 is 40, divided by 5 would be 8. And then we have 17 times 5 is 85, divided by 5 is 17. Now we have an algebraic equation that we can solve. Remember, we're isolating x, put x on one side, the numbers on the other. So let's move this -8. So we're going to make it a +8, +8 on both sides. Now we have 4x. These 8's cancel out. 17 plus 8 is 25. Divide out that 4. Because that 4x, that 4 is being multiplied to the x. That's why we divide it out. And then from there, we have x equals 25 over 4. Now let's go to letter B. 4 over 3, then we have 5 over 6, and 1 over 2. What is our common denominator here? Well, we look. Let's see. 6. Well, can 3 be multiplied to 6? Yes. Can 2 be multiplied to 6? Yes. So our common denominator is 6. Therefore, we are going to multiply each fraction by 6. So remember, it's kind of like 6 over 1, but we're just going ahead and doing just multiplying that 6 to the numerator. So 6 times 4 is 24, divided by 3 is 8x, minus 30 divided by 6 is 5. 1/2 of 6, which is 6 divided by 2 is 3. I forgot to write up here. Our common denominator is 6. So now we have it in an equation. Let's solve for x. Let's isolate x. So let's move this 5. So it's minus or -5. So we do a +5 on both sides. Bring down that 8x. Those cancel out. Now we have 5 plus 3 is 8. Now we have to remember 8 is being multiplied to x, so we have to divide it out. Divide out 8 on both sides. We end up with x equals 8 divided by 8 is 1. Now letter C. We have a denominator of 4 and 8. Our common denominator here would definitely be 8 because 4 can go into 8. 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 1 is 8, therefore it is 8. So we will multiply each number here by 8. We have a fraction and we also have a whole number. We have 2 fractions and a whole number, so we're going to multiply each one by 8. So 8 times 3 is 24, divided by 4 is 6. We have 6x, 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 3 is 24, divided by 8 is 3. Now we have our equation of 6x plus 40 equals 3. We're going to isolate x. So we have plus 40, a +40. Let's do a -40 on both sides. Now we have 6x. These negative and positive cancel out. Now we have 3, positive 3, and negative 40. That leaves us with negative 37. Now we have 6 being multiplied to x, so we have to divide it out on both sides. Those cancel out, and we are left with negative 37 over 6. And yes, we can keep that fraction because it is simplified to the lowest terms. Now let's go ahead and go over here to, it would be, let's see, your letter D. My letter D was different, so I had to rewrite it to match your notes. So we have fraction here. We have 2 over 3. Let's go ahead and do D. We have 2 over 3x minus 5 over 6 equals 7 over 2x minus 2. We have to find our common denominator, and we see we have, well, we know 3 times 2 is 6, so we can definitely say 6 would be a common denominator here. We multiply each number and fraction by 6. Let's go ahead and do that by 6. Now we have 6 times 2 is 12, divided by 3 is 4x. Then we have negative 5 times 6 is negative 30 divided by 6. So 30 divided by 6 is 5. We keep that negative. 7 times 6 is 42 divided by 2 is 21x. Negative 2 times 6, a positive 6 would be negative 12. So from there, we combine our x's. So we go minus 4x or negative 4x on both sides. So these cancel out. We have negative 5 equals 17x, negative 12. Now we have to do a positive 12 on both sides. Positive 7 equals 17x. Divide out that 17, 7 over 17. And those cancel out. So the next problem, and that would be E. 1 over 6x plus 3 equals 3/4 x minus 7 over 8. Now here we have to find a common denominator. Let's see. So our common denominator here, we have 6, 4, and 8. Well, we can find that 6 times 4 is 24. Can 8 go into 24 as well? Yes, it can. So we know our common denominator here is 24. So let's go ahead and multiply each of these by 24. So we have times 24, so let's go ahead and multiply 24 up here, 24 to this 3. Let's see, maybe if there we go. Times 24 times 24. So 24 times 1 is 24, divided by 6 is 4. So we should have 4x. 24 times 3 is 72. 24 times 3 is 72, divided by 4 is 18x. We have this negative. Now 7 times 24, we can do 7 times 24, which is 168 divided by 8. Another way you can do this, and you could do this, is you can cross cancel this 8 and 24 and say, well, 8 and 24, that reduces down to 1 and 3. Now I have 7 times 3 is 21. That's just a little shortcut you can try if you'd like. If not, you could do 7 times 24, which is 168 divided by 8, gives you negative 21. Now from here, I'm going to bring the smaller x over to the other side. So remember, this is like a positive 4x, so we have to do a negative 4x to bring it over. And we have positive 4x, negative 4x, cancel each other out, bring down the 72, equals 18x minus 4x, 14x minus 21. Now let's bring that 21 to the other side. We have a negative 21, so we do a positive 21 on both sides. And we have 14x. Negative 21, positive 21 cancel out, and we have 93. Let's get rid of that 14 because remember our goal is to isolate x. Those 14s cancel out and we are left with x equals 93 over 14. Let's go ahead and go to F. 2 over 9x minus 2/3 equals 5/6 x plus 1/2. What is our common denominator here? Well, if we multiply these, so maybe 3 times 6 is 18. We also know 2 times 9 is 18. So it is safe to say our common denominator here is 18. So we are going to multiply those by 18. Let's see if my pen can work. Here we go. 18. I'm going to multiply each one by 18. So we have 18 times 2 is 36 divided by 9 is 4, so 4x. 18 times 2 is 36 divided by 3 is 12. And we bring down that negative sign, equals 18 times 5 is 90, divided by 6 is 15x, plus 1/2 of 18, which is 18 divided by 2 is 9. Now we are going to combine our x's. Let's bring this negative 4x over. Negative 12 equals 15 minus 4, 11x. Bring down that positive 9. Now we're going to bring this positive 9 over, so we have to put negative 9. That positive 9 and negative 9 cancel me. We are left with 11x. Negative 12 and negative 9 equal negative 21. Divide out that 11 on both sides. Now we have x equals negative 21 over 11. And yes, this fraction is simplified all the way down, so we can leave it as is. We have